Welcome back to Dodgers Dugout Live, presented by Mountain Dew Baja Blast, the official soft drink of Major League Baseball and Dodgers Nation. Get a Baja for a blast this MLB season and enjoy a refreshing splash of tropical lime flavor. On today's episode, Roki Sasaki deserves an apology. Is the Roki of the Year real? We will talk about that, break down his latest start. I'm going to tell you why this time is different. He has really turned a corner. Also, Freddie Freeman does it again, walks it off for the Dodgers. LA beats the Angels another time this season. We'll also talk some injury updates, who is trending in the right direction, everything from Dave Roberts, from today's pregame presser. All that more coming up next on Dodgers Dugout Live.
It's time for Dodger baseball.
This Dodgers team is going to 3.
Nothing brings us together quite like Dodger baseball.
Los Angeles wins it 3-1.
The Dodgers are ruining baseball. Let's get 4 more wins and really ruin baseball.
Oh my goodness! Shohei Ohtani! Whoa! Bounces one up the middle, bends to the back, over to first to beat the champ. You gotta knock him out. The Dodgers stand tall and win back-to-back titles.
Think blue, bleed blue.
Live from the heart of Los Angeles, this is Dodgers Dugout Live with your host, Doug McKain.
What is up, and welcome to another episode of Dodgers Dugout Live, the number one Dodgers podcast and Dodgers show on YouTube. My name is Doug McKain. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMac_LA. If you haven't yet, do us a huge favor. Subscribe to the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. Drop a like. Drop a comment. Over 172,000 subscribers. Tons of giveaways in the near future. Lots of exciting stuff happening at Dodgers Nation. And today is a live show, as always. Looking at your comments down below. We'll get to those during the show, and we'll answer all of your hard-hitting Dodgers questions. Everything about your boys in blue in the 7th inning stretch a little later. Today's Dodgers Dugout Live poll question of the show. Excited about this one. Just drop this one right now over on Dodgers Nation X. If you haven't followed them yet, if you haven't followed us yet, definitely go and do that. I asked you guys over on the X, will Roki Sasaki finish in the top 3 in Cy Young voting at some point in his career? I don't want anyone to think I was saying this year. At some point in his career. Right now, 61.5% say yes, while 38.5% say no. So a lot of Dodgers fans continuing to vote on that. Has he opened your eyes to a new version of himself? We'll also talk about Manny Machado. Check that, Manny Machado. We'll get into that in a little bit. Hear what he had to say as he went at some reporters down in San Diego the last night. So we'll talk about that. But keep firing away in the comment section. Let's get to some right off the bat, off the rip. Let's see what we got here up above in the chat. Avery Dougie. What's up, Avery? What up, D-Mac? What up, Eric Karros? What up, Dustin? Man, Leahy Hours. We got the JYK. We got Ray Guzman. What's up, D-Mac? You know, we'll get into the Will Smith thing. Will Smith being scratched from the lineup. Rogi did amazing last night. I was at the game. What's up, Maryland Soto? D-Mac Live. What's up, SoCal? What's up, Let's Go Dodgers from Krista. We got Saki has been pitching consistently well. Big Joe Smash. D-Mac pull out the rally hat for Mookie. Hey, like we talked about on the show the other day, let's do the shirts off for Mookie like they've been doing in Anaheim, right? The bats definitely needs to come alive. Dodgers new ace Justin Robleski. Meta rules, that's an insane take. Nufo, I have a fever. The only prescription is more D-Mac voice. What up, Nufo? You're crazy, guys. All right, so keep finding a way down below in the comment section. Justin Lamas, hey, D-Mac, we got to greet Hollywood Lifestyle a happy birthday because the Angels won't do it. That's a good one. Justin Lamas, always going hard on Anthony Rendon. But there's so much to get into in the world of Dodger baseball, so let's get right into it.
Leading off, the hottest story in Dodger baseball.
All right, so first and foremost, we'll get to the latest reason why the Dodgers are the best team in baseball a little later with Freddie Freeman and Roki Sasaki. But some pregame news tonight. The Dodgers lineup is out, but it is updated. So originally you had Will Smith in the lineup tonight in the bottom of the lineup, going around sixth behind Muncy in front of Ryan Ward. But the lineup has been updated. You got Shohei Ohtani batting leadoff in the DH spot. Andy Pages in center field batting second. Freddie Freeman batting third at first base. Mookie Betts still in the cleanup spot at short. Max Muncy at the hot corner batting fifth. Ryan Ward batting sixth in left. Then Alex Call batting seventh in right. And then Dalton Rushing batting eighth behind the dish, replacing Will Smith, who was a scratch. And then Alex Freeland is at second base. He is batting ninth. And that is with Yoshinobu Yamamoto on the mound. So we will continue to wait and see where the latest updates are. This is from my friend Fabian Ardaya, who tweeted out some roster housekeeping. The Dodgers added Nick Frasso to the 40-man roster. Tyler Glasnow was transferred to the 60-day IL. Antoine Kelly was also traded to the Cubs in a minor league deal. So we got some transactions. Antoine Kelly traded to the Cubs, but the Tyler Glasnow thing isn't too big of an issue in the sense that he had missed so much time that he is going to have to work his way back up and progress and try to get to where he needs to get to be able to pitch 75 pitches again in the game. So that's what went down with that, but we'll continue to get some more updates from Dodger Stadium as they continue to get out with the question being what's going on with Will Smith. So we'll get on that a little bit. Do want to talk about last night, though. Last night, Dodger Stadium, it was the Angels, it was the Dodgers, and it was a matchup where it was a pitcher's duel for the most part. The Dodgers not able to score too many runs early, only 3 hits for the Dodgers in this one. Reed Detmers pitching well for the Angels, and the Dodgers really unable to get very much going in this one. Bottom of the fourth inning, Freddie Freeman got a 1-out single. Mookie Betts drew a walk, but then Kyle Tucker grounded into a fielder's choice to first. Will Smith struck out looking. Then Roki Sasaki actually was going no hit throughout this one up until the 5th inning. After getting the first out in the 5th, Madrigal doubled to left, and he was able to get out of it. O'Hoppe grounded to third. Then Frazier, he struck out swinging. And then the Dodgers just couldn't get much going, really. I mean, in the 6th inning, there was a moment where Roki battling. Neto singled to left, and he struck out Trout looking. Neto stole second. The Dodgers ended up challenging the call. It was upheld. But it was a big inning for Roki. He ended up striking out Meckler on that nasty four-seamer on the corner, and he got Adele to ground to third. And just not much happening for the Dodgers offense up until late in this one. But really the story was Roki Sasaki. 7th inning, he goes 1-2-3 with some bookend strikeouts. Struck out Walton with a splitter in the zone. And then he got Madrigal swinging on a splitter, got him to chase. And then it came down to the bottom of the 9th inning. Freddie Freeman, first batter against old friend Kirby Yates. 3-2 count. He sees a four-seam fastball up in the zone, and boom! Freddie Freeman crushes a bomb over the center field wall, 404 feet, and the Dodgers were able to get the win. And Freddie just continues to be one of the best and most clutch hitters in the history of Major League Baseball. In fact, if you look at the list of most career walk-off hits, including the postseason, since the RBI was official, Frank Robinson, the first with 26. David Ortiz, second with 23. Dusty Baker, Dodgers legend, with 21 is third. Tony Perez is fourth, tied with Dusty Baker with 21. Roberto Clemente also 21. But then right there is Freddie Freeman with 20. So Freddie Freeman, he is 6 walk-off hits away from tying Frank Robinson for the most all-time, regular season and postseason combined. I've always said if the aliens come down and you need one hitter to get a hit, that hitter is Freddie Freeman. He's the guy that does those things in those moments, and nothing surprised you. I think we all felt pretty good about him at the plate in that situation, and he delivered once again, and it's great to just enjoy having him as a Dodger. The guy is iconic. The guy is a legend. I mean, literally, I know that word gets thrown out a lot these days, but that's exactly what he is. So you got to love seeing another Freddie Freeman moment. And the Dodgers, too, after getting walked off for the first time this season against the D-backs, and Marte hit the bomb of Tanner Scott to bounce back the way they did and get a walk-off of their own. You got to love it. But here was Freddie Freeman after the game talking about what he saw in that at-bat that gave the Dodgers the 1-0 win over Anaheim.
Obviously, there's a very familiar face in Kirby Yates on the mound, but for you to get to him, I know it felt good just beating up on an old friend, but also what were you seeing from the plate that allowed you to get that swing?
Yeah, I mean, obviously against Kirby, it's, you give him a little smile right before, and then you go to work. I missed a 3-1 fastball, and thank you. Against Kirby, you got to look up because of his splitter. So I was looking up, trying not to swing at the splitter, and luckily I was able to get a fastball up.
Just hearing these Freddie chants, does this ever get old for you?
No, it never gets old. I love it. I appreciate it. It's awesome. Fans come out every single night and support us, so we really, really do appreciate that we got the win.
This obviously was a close one. We can call it a pitcher's duel, but Roki Sasaki described just what he was doing on the mound today.
Yeah, for the last, 4 or 5 starts, he's been incredible. He's got his 100-mile-an-hour heater, splitters at 92, 93. Glad he's on our side. He's been incredible, but pitcher's duel, Reed was great on the other side, but bullpen came and shut it down, gave us a chance.
Freddie, congratulations on this win.
Thank you, Kirsten.
Incredible stuff, and you heard him talk about the chants, Freddie, 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 from that Dodger Stadium crowd that stuck around, that did not leave, that embraced the moment, and I thought it was really cool to hear Freddie Freeman after the game. He's in that Dodgers clubhouse, and he was essentially talking more about Roki Sasaki than himself, and he made some very, very good points, I believe, about the growth, the maturity, the rise of Roki Sasaki. Here was Freddie Freeman inside that Dodgers clubhouse talking about his starting pitcher after the game.
Kind of
what we heard? Yeah, I don't know if you can expect. It's hard to expect, okay? Like, he's coming from a whole other country. He's got to figure this out. And it's not what I would say we expected. It's what we heard. And then when you feel comfortable and confident, then you can start to expect things. And when you keep putting back-to-back starts like he's been doing, that's when the expectations kind of, come along with it, which, is another avenue that he's got to deal with. So it's what we heard, and to see it coming to fruition here at the biggest of stages, I'm just happy for him, because it's a tough transition. I couldn't imagine myself going to another country and doing what these guys are doing. So I'm just happy for him.
So he's absolutely right. I mean, this is an adjustment. Everyone expected Roki to just be that guy right away, to be the best pitcher in baseball because he was the #1 prospect, because all the hype surrounding him. I dubbed him. I trademarked Roki of the Year. I had T-shirts made. I did say that he would be the Dodgers versions of Paul Skeens. So, yeah, I definitely felt the same way a lot of Dodgers fans did, too. There was a lot of hype involved. And it took him time. He wasn't fully healthy. He got injured, had the shoulder situation, had the mechanics issue with the pelvis and just the twist of it. And then he was able to, he's really just putting it all together. He's really just putting it all together right now. And that is just incredible. Now, a little bit more on Freddie Freeman, though. A little bit more on Freddie Freeman, who I just really feel so appreciative that the Atlanta Braves absolutely had one of the biggest bag fumbles in recent memory, letting him just land in the Dodgers' laps. It's helped contribute to 2 World Series titles, some of the best moments you ever see in baseball, and he's still got a lot left in the tank. It was Freddie Freeman's 5th walk-off hit with the Dodgers in the regular season. It was his first home run walk-off in the regular season, but He, of course, had 2 walk-off home runs in the World Series. First in 2024, the walk-off grand slam in Game 1, the first in Major League Baseball history, and then also Game 3, the walk-off. But 20 career walk-offs in the regular season, in the postseason, that puts him in very rare air, as we mentioned earlier. And it was the second Dodgers walk-off home run this season, and he joined Max Muncy, who had the 3-run home run to beat the Rangers on April 10th. It was also a Friday night game, so the Dodgers getting those walk-offs on Friday night. And just kind of doing a deeper dive on the walk-offs there. Well, 117 seasons, the Dodgers have 224 walk-off home runs. 224 walk-off home runs for the Dodgers. That's an average of 2 per year. Since moving to Los Angeles, they have had 2.4 walk-off home runs per regular season. But of those 224 walk-off home runs, only 9 have been solo home runs to finish a game 1-0. So, yeah, it's a rare feat, but just an incredible night for Freddie Freeman, the walk-off that we've seen him hit, and it just adds to his lore, to his legacy. But really the biggest story wasn't even Freddie Freeman's walk-off. It really was Roki Sasaki. Roki Sasaki in this one really started to show what he has the capable of doing. And the gem that he pitched last night, it really makes you wonder what are the possibilities with this guy. Because it wasn't just that it was the best start of his MLB career, which it was. It was the fact that he was doing it in the way that we thought he was going to be pitching in Major League Baseball when he first arrived from Japan a couple years ago. So to kind of break it down a little bit, he allowed just 2 hits. He had a career-high 10 strikeouts. He went 7 scoreless innings. The command was sharp. The velocity was there. He started the game. He struck out Mike Trout, Wade Meckler, nasty, dirty splitters, nastier than a gas station bathroom. It was a 1-2-3 first inning. And what would impress me, too, was he wasn't pitching with run support, right? It was a tight ball game throughout, a 0-0 affair. And he was just absolutely cooking with gas with the velocity of that fastball. Through 3 innings, you saw triple digits on the gun multiple times. He had 100.4 miles per hour with the fastball. And he had 4 no-hit innings. And then you saw the hit that Nick Madrigal, he got a double to left on him in the 5th inning. It was a first base hit surrendered by Sasaki. The Angels weren't able to get anything else, though. It was nothing. And Sasaki ended up picking up his 10th strikeout. Later, a splitter against Nick Madrigal got him swinging the bottom of the 7th inning. And that is just a major development. Roki Sasaki putting himself in a position where it looks like he is going to be here to stay. And I have to laugh at some people out there on the Twitterverse, people that were calling me out. D-Mac, you overhyped Roki Sasaki. You made us all believe that he was going to be the best pitcher ever. You said he was going to be the Dodgers version of Paul Skeens. You kept saying Roki of the year. He can't even throw 100. He doesn't have a third pitch. He should be in the bullpen. What's wrong with Roki Sasaki? And now what do we got? We got a pitcher pitching at ace level. The guy looks like he has the potential to be an absolute frontline ace starter, and you love to see it. I still remember, I have the receipts longer than CVS, that people were saying that he should go to the bullpen. People mocked him and made fun of him and called him out because he was showing emotion after a bad start. What'd I say after he was crying? Or after he was definitely crying. I mean, he was definitely showing emotion, right? What'd I say? I said, I love it because that means he cares. That means that he's committed. That means he wants it so bad. He wants that greatness. To me, it felt like it was Kobe Bryant airballing 3-pointers against Utah back in 1997, right? It felt like someone that was at the beginning of his origin story. Let's not forget, this is a guy that lost his grandparents and his father and his entire prefecture in Japan in the tsunami, right? So this guy has dealt with adversity, has made his way through adversity. Roki Sasaki is an absolute winner, and we're seeing it on display, and I could not be more excited about his future. And sure, it's just a couple starts, and it's not linear, right? Sometimes it's 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. For him, it's more 2 steps forward and 2.5 steps back, or there's these micro little adjustments. I was talking to my guy, Jeff Snyder, about that from All Dodgers. He's my man, and he was telling me that what he thinks about Roki Sasaki is it's 1.6 steps forward and then 1.8 steps back, and then you got to make the math there, obviously. But yeah, his point is micro adjustments and micro developments there. So yeah, I think that's certainly the case with him. But let's hear from Roki Sasaki. Let's hear from Dave Roberts, and then we'll get to today at Dodger Stadium, hear what they had to say. But yeah, let's hear from Dave Roberts, and then we'll get to Roki Sasaki.
Him, who he is on the mound, confidence, how he's using his stuff, full pitch mix. Is this the guy that you kind of heard about as well or seeing right now?
This is the guy that we saw in video in Japan, and that we hope to get. And I think that we're all guilty of expecting it to be seamless, and certainly unfair to Roki, and not appreciating that there has to be some transition period. And he's went through some tough times and some doubts, but he's gotten to the other side, and a lot of support in the clubhouse. And I think he's feeling that. He's put in a lot of work himself. He's a lot more physical. The stuff is really playing well. We talk about that split. And the split now, ironically, is kind of to the velocity that it used to be in Japan. And so there is an adjustment with the ball that he had to make with his grip with the split. But now it's 90, 91. And it's just, and you can see his demeanor on the mound, just real confidence. And it's good to see him get through 7 innings tonight the way he did.
Is there an example of how you're now seeing it hit a consistent pace and just he's building with each outing, not only getting better, but you're just seeing a consistency?
Yes, yeah. Every time, I think, certainly now, I think we can all agree that the floor for Roki is much higher, and the expectation every time he takes the ball is high, and he's earned that. And I think if you look at the last 6 or 7 starts, it's been as good as any starter in the big leagues in the consistency of performance. So really proud of him. And I know that he wants for more, and the floor has just been raised. Now it's just continue to raise that ceiling.
What part of him now stands out to you most about like what you saw on videos? It's really how he went about guys, is it the stuff or velocity? What sort of stands out the most watching it now?
Just the mound presence. I think if you look at the stuff, the results now, striking out high 20%, walking, 5 to 6%. That's what he did in Japan. And now you're talking about major league hitters. So the performance now mirrors that. And then just the way he's carrying himself. There's just no more doubt and uncertainty. I think that, you can tell a pitcher, and hitters can sniff it out when a pitcher is not confident.
In the 7th, when you sent Roki back out there, sometimes pitchers can, in a tight game, get too fine or too cute. The way that he responded, he just seemed to attack another level. How much do you enjoy that response to the challenge, and how his overall mound presence and demeanor?
It was a challenge. It was something that we've talked about how, when you want to give him more leash, and in a 0-0 ball game, 85 pitches, 86 pitches, something like that, where we could have easily pivoted. But I wanted to see how he responded in the 7th inning. And to your point, yes, he did. He was on the attack. He didn't run from the 7th. And that shows a lot of growth. Like I said, I'm just really happy for him.
Roki's a pretty reserved guy, but I don't know if you saw in the 5th inning after he struck out Frazier, he kind of beat his chest once. What does that say about how confident, how comfortable he is in his own skin?
It's good. I love to see the emotion tempered. It was a big out. He threw a good pitch to get the strikeout. And I like the way that he had emotion but didn't go over the top and exert, more energy. And so knowing that there was more baseball to play. So, but to see that was good to see.
Roki pitched the way he did, defense, made some great plays behind him. What was the feeling in the dugout seeing Freddie hit that walk-off?
Great. Freddie just has that aura. Will Smith has that same kind of pedigree. And, yeah, you just really, there's not too many guys in baseball that you'd want up, in a game-winning situation, and Freddie does it once again. So I mean, I don't know how many of those he's had, but it's pretty remarkable how he can kind of want to be that guy and come through as many times as he does.
Do you feel like the addition of that harder splitter is when things really did kind of start to change for Roki?
I do. I do. I think it just now, if you look at, if you can kind of plot map his fastball with his slider, with the split, it's all similar velocities and then all does something different. And so now, the slow one popped and it wasn't consistent as far as strike throwing. So this one is more in line with his throw, and everything coming out of the hand looks the same now.
What did Detmers do all tonight for them?
Detmers, the velocity was up. Just really lifey fastball tonight. Seems like every time we play these guys, whether it's in the spring or in the season, we get this guy, and I've always liked him. And I think he loves facing us, and it's a good slider, just a good competitor.
What did you think of Mickey's play?
Unbelievable. Miggy he's just so much fun to watch, and I'd pay money to watch him play defense. Just a really, really good play. Yeah, I mean, he like we talked about some other guys, he always kind of does something to help us win, and he's just such a good teammate and big play.
Dave, Miggy's barehander or Esquivel's diving play at third?
I would say the barehand play. But SB has been so solid on the defensive side. But Andy's play in center field was a good play. But I'll take Miggy's play.
Dave, this version of Sasaki, does it remind you, you talk about his mound presence, does it remind you of anybody you've seen before?
I don't know. I think that he's a hard kind of comp because of the age. He doesn't remind me of any Japanese players, so I can't say, like a Darvish or a Hideo. There's a lot of young players that have come that you could start to see more confidence after they get hit in the mouth. Robo in a different way has kind of similar in that sense. I think even, Emmett, when he was scuffling, you see the look in the eye versus now the confidence of feeling like he is the best option when he's out there. I saw from Yamamoto a couple years ago, once he kind of got his bearings on Major League Baseball. But this has been a really good one because we saw it where it was really, we all felt sorry for him and sad for him. And now he's like arrived as an adult and a Major League player and real confident player.
During that time when he was kind of getting kicked in the teeth and stuff, and I mean, honestly, a lot of times his body language afterwards was really bad. At what point did you kind of think, like, was there something that told you, like, you know what, he's going to get through this and he's going to come out on the other side of it, or?
I do think that the last year in the postseason on the biggest stage to pitch some big outs, to rebound from that, tough year was one part of it. And then I don't know what point this year in April where he sort of just said enough is enough. But I do think that split changed his trajectory too. The profile of his pitch mix. That's you just can't ignore that either. All right, thanks guys. Thank you.
So there was Dave Robertson. Yeah, as he pointed out, this is the Roki Sasaki that they saw when they were scouting him for so many years, when they were watching every single pitch from his career when he was with the Chibalote Marines of the NPB. And he did mention the hard splitter. And what he means by that is Roki Sasaki was throwing essentially a fastball that had velocity that was down, that was averaging 96, sometimes 97. Now the fastball has been a lot better, as you can see from his stuff. Plus, last night the fastball, he was at a 117 for his pro plus stuff. The velocity on the fastball was at 100, but it was averaging 97.6. But he was able to pump it up to 100. But really the forkball, the slider, and the splitter, that was the difference. If you look at the splitter and what he's been throwing this season, it's just gotten so much better. And what it is essentially it is a pitch that he can throw at 90 miles per hour. It's a tighter pitch. it almost looks like a fastball coming out from the tunnel. So basically when he's throwing that fastball and it's a splitter, it drops off, almost has a cut like action to it versus the forkball, which is a lower RPM pitch that is going to tumble out of the zone, almost act as a knuckleball changeup type of pitch that really throws hitters off. And then he's got the slider as well. So, yeah, it's really exciting to see because that performance last night shows that he can keep big league hitters off balance, and they're not going to just sit on fastballs and just spit on that forkball. He can keep hitters off balance in a big way. And if you look at over his last 4 starts, he's posted a 1.48 ERA, a 187 FIP in 24 1/3 innings. The difference is the slider and the hard splitter, and the command has improved a lot too. So this is something to be excited about. Got some super chats here. We got Speedy Claxton. With the way hitting stats have been trending over the last 5 years, it's time to consider lowering the mound again. Pitching numbers will suffer a bit, but we can grade them on a curve going forward. It's entertaining the goal. Look, I do think they got to do something about the hitting because it's as bad as it's been in a long time. I think that one thing you have to do is not let the second baseman shift totally towards second base. That's taking away some hits. But, yeah, pitching is, I think, outpacing hitting, and offense is down across the board. J.Y. Kim, $5 super chat. Really appreciate that. By Speedy Claxton, $20 super chat. Really appreciate you. Speedy Claxton, we got I love seeing Roki realizing his potential right before our eyes, and I appreciate D-Mac standing by him when many others threw in the towel. Yeah. I mean, for sure. That I think that definitely is. If you got, I mean, I think a lot of times everyone expects Dodgers players to be ones that just find out right away that they're going to just be great off the bat. That's not always the case, right? I think that's always the assumption, but not for him. I mean, I think if Roki Sasaki has 1 million fans, then I am one of them. If Roki Sasaki has 10 fans, then I am one of them. If Roki Sasaki has only 1 fans, that is me. If Roki Sasaki has no fans, then that means I'm no longer on this earth. If the world is against Roki Sasaki, then I'm against this world. Okay? So I'm going to just throw that out there. All right? But, yeah, absolutely 100%. All right, let's hear from Roki Sasaki. I'm really curious to see what he had to say after the game. And then an update on Will Smith. Dave Roberts did say that Will Smith has a stiff neck, and he will be ready to go for tomorrow. So nothing serious there. But here was the Roki of the year. We'll hear what Roki has to say here in just a few seconds, and then we're going to get to you guys down below in the comment section. So keep firing away with all your thoughts, comments, and questions about your boys in blue. But first, a little message from our friends over at Shopify. When I started this podcast, it seemed like I had to figure it out all on my own. Scripts, setups, filming schedule, logos. It was super overwhelming, and every day seemed to introduce a new decision that needed an answer. When you're starting off with something new, it seems like your to-do list keeps growing every day with new tasks, and that list can easily begin to overrun your life. Finding the right tool that not only helps you out, but simplifies everything can be such a game changer. For millions of businesses, that tool is Shopify. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the U.S. From household names like Skims and Gymshark to brands just getting started, get started with your own design studio. With hundreds of ready-to-use templates, Shopify helps you build a beautiful online store that matches your brand style. Accelerate your efficiency, whether you're uploading new products or trying to improve existing ones. Shopify is packed with helpful AI tools that write product descriptions, page headlines, and even enhance your product photography. Start your business today with the industry's best business partner, Shopify, and start hearing. Sign up for your $1 per month trial today at shopify.com/Dodgers. Go to shopify.com/Dodgers. That's shopify.com/Dodgers. So thanks to our friends over at Shopify. And with all of this all of this hype and all this excitement about Roki Sasaki, one thing came to mind for me about Roki Sasaki and what it really means for the 2026 Dodgers, and we'll get to that next. But first, let's hear from Roki.
It's new career high. When you look at just the performance that you're having right now on the mound, is this a culmination of all the work you've put in recently just to get to this point?
今こう13日に初めての記録なんですけども、今できているこの結果というのは今まで取り組んできたこと全てがうまく噛み合ってできたような気がします。
そうですね。オフから続けてきたことを、その後の、シーズン中の試行錯誤も含めて、こう徐々に、結果として現れてきているかなと思います。
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of things from the off season and also making adjustments in season 2. So I feel like everything kind of come together right now.
This was your second time seeing them in essentially a month. What did you take from your last outing that helped you with this one tonight?
今回2回目のこれで対戦だったんですけど、何かその前回から得てきたというか、気にして良かったと思います。
そうですね。前回の試合の、試合で投げた配球だったりそういうところも、加味して今日の試合に臨んだので、ビルも、ピッチングコーチもうまくリードしてもらえたかなと思います。
Yeah, last game against the Angels, I pretty did a good job and then learned from their sequencing, so I pretty much use the same sequence today and stick to it.
You said last week that you're finally able to pitch like you again. What does that look like? What does that open up for your confidence going forward?
前回でその自分らしい投球できたというようなことがあったと思うんですけど、何かそのきっかけというか、それが広がったような要因はあるんでしょうか。
本当に積み重ねてきたことと、あとは最後少し合わせてるいろいろな試行錯誤をした上でこう、なんていうんですかね、ちょっとこう微調整しただけなので、基本的にやってることは変わらないですし、ただこう、思ったところに、思ったボールが行くようになった分、こうある程度自分のペースで投げたりだとか、こう配球っていうのもどんどんこうリズムよくなってくるのかなと思います。
Yeah, I'm actually building up same thing. I'm making small adjustment all the time. I think that because of that, everything kind of put together, and then so. And also, when I do that, I find a good rhythm out there, so that kind of keep me going.
Roki, how much do you feel your confidence growing each start, and how much is that helping you?
自信がそれぞれのゲームでどれぐらいついてきていますか？
そうですね。パフォーマンスもこう春先よりも上がってきているので、そこに関してはこうすごくこう、ストレートも、ゾーンに思い切っていきますし、思い切っていってもこうある程度構えたところに行くようになったので、そこら辺はこう。投げてて違うかなとは思いますけど、目指しているものは常に一緒なので、こう目の前の結果に左右されずに、積み重ねていけたらなと思ってます。
Yeah, obviously I got better compared to last spring training. Also I feel like I'm being really doing a good job on my, stuff that I've been doing. So yeah, I'm just doing the small things all the time, and I just keep building on it.
Hey, Roki, it's been since 2024, your last season in Japan, that you've been searching for fastball velocity like this. How comforting is it to know that you have it now? And now that it's there, are you confident that you can keep it there?
2020年ぐらいから球速を戻したいということで取り組んでくると思うんですけれども、今現在こういうふうに戻ってきて、続けていけるものなのかどうなのかと。
そうですね。ここ2年間ぐらいでこう、取り組んできたことでこういいも悪いもいろいろこう、経験できたので、よりこう自分が何でいいかも、自分がこう良かった時よりも理解しているつもりですし、この状態がしっかり続くように、ここ2年間やってきたので、もちろんこのまま球速維持できるかわからないですけど、ある程度こう自信はあるのが今の感じですね。
Yeah, I've been experiencing a lot of good and bad since 2024, but I feel like I'm able to maintain this. Velocity. I think I'm confident about that, but I'm just keep working on it to make sure I'll be in a better place.
Is there any one thing that has helped make the velocity more consistent for you?
なんかその一つ大きな球速が安定している理由というのは何かあるんですか？
一つではないんですけど、本当にこう、なんていうんですか、いろんなものが噛み合って、状態いろんな状態にあるかなと思うので、最後こう最近こう上がってきたのは、もちろん小さなことの変化なんですけど、全体的にはこうやって続けてきたことなのでたくさんあります。
Yeah, there's actually a lot of things going on, so I can't just pick one. But like I said, building small things little by little, so that's why it's clicking.
Roki, it would appear that you've been very unafraid of attacking hitters at the strike zone. How much of that has been a difference maker for you, especially recently?
特に積極的に打者を攻めることに怖がってないと思うんですけど、何かその要因というか積極的に取り組む。
なんていうんですかね、別にもともと怖がってたわけじゃなくて、ただこう技術的に、構えたところにこう自分の強くない時に行かなかっただけなので、それはただ今実行できるだけなので、そこに関してはこう精神的な変化よりも技術的な変化がほぼ全てなのかなと思います。
I wasn't afraid of attacking any hitters, but mechanically I get better, so I feel like I'm confident just keeping going forward and attacking those hitters pretty well.
So there was Roki Sasaki feeling great about his outing. All right, so we got some stuff to get into. Roster stuff, trades, injury update. That's coming up next on the 7th inning stretch.
The 7th inning stretch.
All right, we got Brad Miller, D-Mac. What is the latest on that Nick Frosso move today? So, yeah, as I did talk about briefly at the top of the show, the Dodgers tweet out the Dodgers added right-handed pitcher Nick Frosso to the 40-man roster and transferred right-handed pitcher Tyler Glasnow to the 60-day injured list. Yeah, it's pretty rare to see a pitcher that is put onto the 40-man roster without having him called up to play, but he did have an upward mobility clause. So basically, he had an opt-out where he could have left the organization if they didn't put him on the 40-man roster by tomorrow. So this is basically the Dodgers saying, hey, we like Nick Frosso. We think he still has potential to help this team. So they made the move to go and do that. So it's a good sign. It's a positive thing. It means they've liked what they've seen from him in his rehab and his road back to the mound. So to me, that's only a positive. The other one, the trade, we got S2580 Raider. D-Mac, why did the Dodgers trade left-handed pitcher Antoine Kelly? So basically, Antoine Kelly, the lefty, was traded to the Cubs. He joined the Dodgers on a minor league deal this past offseason. He had a 5.14 ERA in 21 innings for AAA Oklahoma City. He's a former second-round pick from the Brewers. That's just a transaction they made. It makes sense. I don't think there's too much to bellyache over there. You're losing a 5.14 ERA minor league pitcher. And other injury updates from yesterday, before the game, we saw Blake Snell on the mound, and he was throwing. So he started the throwing progression for the first time since the nano needle procedure. So that's definitely a positive. And we are seeing Tommy Edman continue to get some work in down at the AAA level. So that's definitely a positive as well. We've got the other thing, too, great point down below in the comment that Nick Frosso does have an option year left. So, all right, a couple more comments here. We'll let you guys get ready for another night of Dodger baseball. Here we got some problems. Tonight you got Yoshinobu Yamamoto on the mound. So can't wait to see what Yoshi has in store tonight. I believe it's a Glasnow bobblehead, someone said. So there you go. But here we got some more comments. Let's fire away, see what you guys have to say. And answer my poll question, too. Do you think that Roki Sasaki will finish top 3 in the Cy Young voting at any point in his career? I'm going to say yes. And my tease earlier when I said my big thought about Roki's start yesterday was this. It was that for as good as Roki looked, just imagine how good he's going to look in the bullpen when the postseason comes around if the Dodgers have most of their staff healthy. Because if they have 4 starters healthy, he's going to be in the bullpen, and imagine him emptying the tank on his current mix. I mean, I could see Roki Sasaki right there with Edwin Diaz and possibly above Tanner Scott and possibly even above Edwin Diaz if he doesn't come back healthy as their best option out of the pen like we saw last season. So I still think the Dodgers are going to trade for Tarek Skubal until he's on that team. Nufu asked me before a couple of minutes ago when the deadline is. It's August 3rd. Pencils down at 3 o'clock. So I still feel like they're going to bolster that rotation because they're going to let Roki make as many starts as he can this year through a 6-man rotation. And when that ends, we'll see what that looks like as far as his spot in the rotation. Because if you have Shohei Ohtani, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Blake Snell, and Tyler Glasnow healthy, you don't need Roki Sasaki to make postseason starts for you. If one of those guys can't come back and Roki's healthy, he's an option to be that 4-starter. But I still think that if the Dodgers lose either Blake Snell or Tyler Glasnow for the rest of the season or any other starter for whatever reason of those big 4, that I still expect them to. And what I heard and what we were talking about on one of my other shows on the Dodgers Collective, if Tarek Skubal's on the table, the Dodgers will be sitting at that table, and they're going to be making an offer because you don't have a lot of opportunities to get guys like that. And we're talking about elite. So, yeah, I still fully expect it to happen. Hashtag bring back Kim. Dodgers Nation meetup soon at a game. T-Rex, I think I'm going to work on that. We got J.Y. Kim, Foxy Cinnamon. We got EV Warrior. We got Burn72. D-Mac, I listen to you every day on 97.1 The Fan. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, if you guys haven't yet, if you really want to support your boy, listen to my radio show. Anytime you're in the car, have it set to 97.1 The Fan. You can also listen to it on podcast too, talking football, talking basketball, talking all the hot topics in sports. Also on YouTube as well, talking Dodger baseball 24/7, 365 there as well. So, yeah, definitely, appreciate you guys showing me love on that. Got to thank you guys for helping me get there, man. Without you guys, I would not have that gig. Guarantee that. Justin Lamas, hey, D-Mac, okay, Justin, relax, my man. But I'm going to read it because I love you, brother. He says, hey, T-Mac, if Hollywood Lifestyle, by the way, Hollywood Lifestyle is, he's talking about Anthony Rendon. If Hollywood Lifestyle has only one fan, it is me. If Hollywood Lifestyle has no fans, then I am no longer on this earth. If the world is against Hollywood, then I am against the world. Okay. I really, honestly, I'm going to go to Goodwill, or I'm going to go to Ross, or I'm going to go to, actually, it's that Ross is too good for or Anthony Rendon jersey. I'm going to go to like a dirty dumpster by Angel Stadium and find you an Anthony Rendon jersey and give it to you because that's where they should be. Anthony Rendon, the worst contracted in recent baseball history. Appreciate that. J Bones, Odyssey app is how I listen to the radio show. Appreciate you, J Bones. Appreciate you. I love all you guys, man. What did Sammy Boy? Thanks, Evie Warrior. What did Sammy Boy Smith say? What did Sammy Boy Smith say? I got to hear this. You guys know I love a good burn because you guys know what I want to hit for the walk off. I want to absolutely destroy Manny Machado for a second here. Let me just pull the sound for you guys. Did you guys see this, my friends out there? Did you guys see? Did you guys see what Manny Machado did? Let's see here. By the way, did you guys see how expensive? I don't want to hear anything about how expensive Dodger Stadium tickets are now, even though they're expensive, and it's expensive. Like I'm just messing around. Like it is very expensive to go there with beer and parking and food and the tickets is a lot. But geez, did you see the price of the NBA Finals tickets for the Knicks? The get-in price is $10,000. The cheapest ticket is $10,000 to go see the New York Knicks in the NBA Finals. Man, that is ridiculous. I mean, man, the Knicks have not won a title in, 50 years, something like that? Like, it's been so long. So, hey, the power of sports, right? The power of sports. But let's get some more comments in here. We've got, I still think it's Samboy Smith's comment, though. Jeez, I wanted to laugh. Samboy Smith always brings some really good ones. Play the Yoshi song. I'll play the Yoshi song. We haven't played the Yoshi song in a while, right? The Yamamoto Yoshi nobody. We're gonna have to play that on another. Oh, he's got to have a good performance first. So we'll definitely play that if he goes crazy today. I guarantee that. But I really want you guys to see this sound. So I'm going to get you guys some sound from, it's courtesy of Marty Caswell. She does a fantastic job covering the San Diego Padres down in SD. And if you guys are aware, Manny Machado is having absolutely disastrous season for the San Diego Padres. Dude ain't hitting his weight, hitting sub 200, and he has a problem with analytics. Here, give a listen.
I just wish we can get the analytics out the way. I think there's too many stats out there, too many stats, way too many numbers. I don't even know half of the stuff that goes up there. I look at the board sometimes and I'm like, man, I even ask some of the guys, like, what is WCCVBB, whatever it is? Like what are these names that are being created? You know, I mean, it's just crazy to even keep up with.
Weighted expected on base percentage?
Is it? Is that what it is? Yeah, what is that?
Something like that.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. I mean, the pitching stuff, like FIP or something like that, I think, right?
Fielding independent pitching.
Yeah, like what is that?
That's taking out the defense to say this guy.
All right, so why would you have that stat?
To
Isn't
show
baseball
how much of a stud a guy really is.
Yeah, but it takes a team to win a ball game, and not just one person.
I think
one person could be that guy, right? So one person could carry a team, but this is a team sport. You don't win a championship by just one player. It takes a whole goddamn village to do it. So why are we creating these stats for? You know, I think that's the problem with baseball right now.
First of all, hey, you guys, Manny Machado, the guy that has been one of the most disrespectful players in Major League Baseball to the Dodgers. Remember a couple years ago in the NLDS, he threw that ball inside the Dodgers dugout. Dave Roberts wasn't happy about it. He has constantly been a Dodgers villain, and now he's mad about analytics. First and foremost, when the Dodgers play the Padres, I hope they put the most advanced statistics on the board. They should put his batting average right on the big Jumbotron, and he's hitting 173. He's been absolutely atrocious at the plate, and it's so funny to hear this because this dude is batting under the Mendoza line. It's one of the worst contracts in Major League Baseball. I said this a couple of months ago after the Padres series, that you can't win a championship with Manny Machado as your best player. He's the James Harden of Major League Baseball. He should be on the FBI's most wanted list because he definitely has robbed the Padres because of how much that contract is and how much he's underperformed. But look, it's so funny. Would he be saying this about these numbers if they were actually good? I mean, his numbers are terrible. So, hey, it just goes to show, man. Manny Machado, always upset, always talking crap, always rude to reporters. And now the numbers don't look good, so he's mad at the numbers. Yeah, I'd hate the numbers too if I was batting 173. And you know who hates the numbers the most? You know who hates the numbers the most? It is his owner, that the owners of the Padres who have to pay his contract. The number that hates the 11-year, $350 million contract extension that he signed that runs through 2033. That contract is going to age like 7-Eleven sushi in the sun. So, yeah, I mean, Manny Machado is not looking good these days. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of Dodgers Dugout Live. My name is Doug McKain. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMac_LA. Enjoyed the game. Love you guys. Follow me on X. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on, well, that's the same thing. Sorry. Follow me on X and follow me on Instagram and TikTok and all that fun stuff. Join me after the game, too. Hopefully get another crazy walk-off. And see you guys soon. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.